Some of you may be very familiar with the story of the real-life David from the Old Testament. There was a prophet, and his name was Samuel, and he was told by God to go to the home of Jesse. And he was to go there and to tell Jesse, who had many sons, that one of his sons would be the next king. So he shows up and he says, "Hey, Jesse," of course he didn't say it that casually, but he said, "Hey, Jesse, I need to see your sons because one of them is the next king." So Jesse says, "Sure, great." Brings them all in. Jesse's excited, lines them all up except for one. He left one of them off because there was just no way that one could be the king. Set him up, and Samuel goes through. He says, "Nope, nope, nope, nope." He looks at Jesse and says, "Are you sure this is all your sons?" And Jesse says, "Well, I have one other, but he's just a shepherd. In fact, right now he's out tending to the livestock." So the prophet says, "Well, bring him. I need to see him." So they bring in this young boy, and Samuel looks at him and he says, "This is the king." And the powerful point of that is that even his own father didn't recognize what was inside of the young David. His father couldn't believe it. And his brothers, they didn't want to believe it. And so what happened was this David was seen by somebody else, seen by the prophet. And the prophet told Jesse something very powerful that is the main point of this whole thing and what I'd like you to understand. The prophet looked at Jesse and he said, "Man looks on the outside. God looks on the inside." So no matter where you are today in your life, you may be rich, you may be successful, you may be just starting out, you may be old, you may be young, you may be skinny, you may be not so skinny, you may be tall, you may be short, you may have had somebody say to you your whole life, "You're never going to succeed. You're too much of this, you're too much of that." The teenager said, "Quit telling us we're too young." Because the fact is that every single one of us, no matter what is going on the outside, on the inside, you have the capacity to be a person of great power, great accomplishment, the ability to leave this place and do extraordinary things. Somebody pulled me aside just 20 minutes ago. He said, "You know, I'm into real estate, but after watching Robert," he said, "I'm coming back in 3 years on a private jet." And I said, "Dude, if you come back in a private jet," I asked him, I said, "Where do you live?" He told me where he lived. I said, "I'm going to fly there. I'm coming out with you." And he said, "Man, if I get there, you're welcome to take one of the seats." He's going to go and he's going to let that angel inside out and be a person of great power, great accomplishment. Others of you have maybe never let that angel inside out, a person of beauty. Maybe you're creative, you write, you create. When you leave this place, you're going to have so many ideas and so many great thoughts. And the key to becoming all that you can become is to realize that you are not the person that you are today, and you do not have to become the person that you are today. You are going to become something much more great, much more beautiful, much more powerful, if you only realize what resides deep down inside of you. It's truly, truly powerful. Now, to keep us going, we're going to bring out a very, very exciting guy. Many of you saw him the other day. Thank you.